Hello and welcome to Urban Arcane Games Unboxing. Today we will be breaking the mold ever so slightly. We will not be bringing you a typical TTRPG or starter set as we have done before. Today we are bringing you what we have dubbed boxed games. In honour of Urban starting up our boxed games night, a social where you get to come together and you get to play a game, some games from our personal collection, we thought we would show you one of our favourites. So, without further ado, thanks to our wonderful friends at Rookery Publications through Modiphius Entertainment, they have produced Dark Deeds. Now, we managed to have a go of this when it first got brought out at Tabletop Scotland last year. And we didn't actually know that they were going to be there. We came across them and we were like, oh, hey guys, nice to see you. We also ended up doing a bit of a impromptu quickfire interview with Lindsay Law from Rookery Publications. So if you haven't seen that on our socials, I'd say hop on over. And if you give us a like and subscribe, then we will be able to keep you up to date with everything that we're doing throughout the year. However, what we did is when we were there is we got an opportunity to play this as it was rolled out. It's one of our personal favourites, and that's why we really wanted to share it with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read their description for this game because, quite frankly, they can say it more succinctly and just simply better than I ever could. So, Dark Deeds. A darkly humorous game for 2 to 5 players set in the great port city of Anthrand. Players are cast as malicious minions in the service of a mysterious and, let's face it, evil patron, hell-bent upon world domination via the city's awful covered streets. Now, if that hasn't piqued your interest, I do not know what will. The object of the game is to score the most favour by completing Dark Deeds. Dastardly tasks set by your patron. You can also earn favour by robbing unsuspecting citizens, defeating troublesome guards, and facing down your patron's nemesis. What more could you possibly want? Before we even open the box, let's, as always, have a look at the art. So, really nice, personally. I mean, I want to be really clear here. I'm not sharing this because we are friendly with them. I am sharing this because we really enjoyed playing this. So, I'm going to be objective, as always. Very nice. Super quality. When we open it up, she tries, as always. I feel like this is going to be my thing. I'm failing to open things. What I love about this box is it has extra details in it. So if I just bring this right up close to you and let you have a look-see. This isn't just your bog standard, just print it nice on the front, leave it blank inside. They've really put in effort into the overall design of this, and we haven't even made it into the actual game yet. Obviously, first up, straight off the top of the box, we have your Dark Deeds booklet. This gives you your introductions. Oops, sorry. Your introductions, your setup, how to play, everything you could possibly need. It is, obviously, I know from previously playing it, one of the great things about this game and what I love about it so much is it takes like half a round to really get to grips with the game, and then you just get to enjoy it and the absolute skullduggery that is this game. Yeah, so first up, I'll go into more. What I will say is, obviously, I'm not going to go into huge detail as to what everything is and how it all works. If you want me to do a playthrough to show you guys how you play and how it all works in game, then I'm more than happy to do that. Drop us a comment down below and let us know. But first up out the box is our game board. Now, as I scoot around over here, what you'll see is it's got a section for tavern deck, which is where cards will sit. Down here, we've got loot decks, which is where cards will sit. And then this is your street. So, obviously, there's a set of cards that will sit here, and then this is like the playing space. The quality of this board is actually pretty good. The print is lovely. There is some lovely little details hidden in the kind of shadowy bits, which is quite nice to go through. The seam at the back is nice and sturdy, so I have no concerns of, no matter how many times this gets pulled out, that will split and suddenly you've got 2 game board bits that you have to keep an eye on. So super start there. Straight off again on top we have our reference cards. These are essentially your cheat sheets, your how to keep up with what you're going to do versus what also other people are currently doing, so you know where things are, the flow is. The quality of the design and the print on these cards is one of the things I love the most. They have really, I mean, little things in the background and everything. They have really gone all out on the design. So there's your basic setup there, and that teaches you the 3 main steps of each of your turns. So you get, there's 5 of them. So like I say, up to 5 players, you get to keep them with you at all times. So I'm going to pop them to one side. What else do we have in here? We also have our dice. I'm going to start getting through the crinkly bags first. So, see if I can give you a close-up of that as well. These dice here, I really love them. Not only are the number, obviously that one there's upside down, but we'll ignore that. The numbers are super clear to read no matter what. They've got a slightly matte look to them, so they're not like super shiny, which I think adds to the theme of the overall game, that kind of like street vibe. So I appreciate that the effort has even been included in our dice, and they're numerical rather than dots. We also have a baggie here of tokens. Now you've got one big token in there that is I'll give you a close up there. That is relevant to gameplay. Okay. Like I say, I'm not going to go into super detail, but this is basically the most suspicious minion. So you are obviously the minion. And so if you've got a whole bunch of suspicion markers, then whoever has the most gets this coin. And that makes it really obvious to everyone else at the table. On to that, we have our suspicion marks, which are these bad boys here. So they come in, they're double-sided. So on one side, they have this nice little print on them. On the other side, they have numbers. And so you got single ones, so number 1s. And again, double-sided, our darker ones have the number 3 on them. No, come on, focus. There we go. Has the number 3 on them. Now, there's a whole bunch of these, because obviously this is what you're collecting, essentially, whilst you commit to the various crimes and dark deeds throughout the game. If you recall on... That's stuck. If you recall on the board, it had the street that I was talking about. So these are the street deck. I'm going to show you again. They match with the print your reference cards. And what they have in them is they are basically a collection of artisans, clerics, merchants, things that you can, and nemesis that you can basically come across and have your dealings with in the game. So if you recall, I said that you're doing stuff on behalf of your patron. These are the things that you'll be coming up against. So to very quickly give you a lowdown of the cards, I've shown you the back already. The quality of the cards is something that I noted quite early on. They are sturdy enough that you don't have concerns of them bending or being overly damaged by handling and gameplay, but they are light enough that you can get a pretty good, if she totally ruins it, a pretty good shuffle on. One of the things I dislike the most about games that have cards is when they go for super quality, the cards ending up being a bit thick. And so when you're trying to shuffle them, they stay in big clumps and they don't shuffle well, especially in the very beginning of a game. Don't get me wrong, all new games come with a certain level of, I have been stuck in cellophane. But these ones, I just really enjoyed a good shuffle on them. Cannot lie. The other thing I have to bring up is the artwork that they have put into this game. Like the quality, the humor. I mean, you'll see it. I'll show you. The humor, the depth and persona that is included in these characters is just unreal. So just going through some of these characters. Oh, and that's because it's been used, so they're now upside down. You can see just the sheer effort into design, which I love. Now, obviously, as that last card, I will bring that up very quickly. They don't take themselves all too seriously. So you have the Witch Sniffer. So, to explain the cards, you will get your the name, the description, what they are, so this is a nemesis, and then the relevance to not just gold, but suspicion. And they are also color-coded, and that is often linked to the loot, which we will get to. To give you a bit more of breakdown, I'm going to pull out some cards here. So we have artisans, which are done in blue. So they have the same, everybody has the same back, grey back there, but then they've got this blue trim, and their little token there is in blue. We have the clerics, which have this sort of pale, like cream background. Again, their little token is also cream, and that lets you know straight away, just visually, that it's your cleric. We have our merchants, which are this lovely rich green colour, and again, it matches there. Our nemesis, which are in purple. This is dark, rich, kind of almost like royal purple. And again, their token is the same. And then last but not least, specifically to the street deck, you get the guards. So they have a black trim, which you can see with their shield up here. And obviously you'll notice a little bit of thing. That's the suspicion, I believe, if I recall correctly. And then you've got your description and everything else. So you watch, the cards not only are detailed in art, they're detailed in information, which you become accustomed to very quickly. They've not made it overly complex, which I love. The next thing we have, if I just pull it on over here, is what is called the Dark Deed cards and your plot cards. So I'll very quickly pull one of each out, because this makes up your tavern deck, basically. They end up getting mixed up as they go into discard, but you'll separate them out. So our Dark Deeds cards look like this, and they have the red trim. If we flip them on over, you get the name, the description, and obviously that it is a dark deed, and again that's coloured with little horns, and then there's a gold aspect to it. Our plot cards, she says dropping it. Okay, I'm going to have to grab a new one. Our plot cards have a grey sort of black background, similar to our guards. But if you flip it over, you've got the name, the description, what it is, but then you've got this little guy up here. Okay. And as you work through them, so they sit along the tavern section that was at the top of our game board. And that basically, I'll just go and show you. Like I say, these are all mixed in together because it has been used and they've not been separated out for the next go. So we have all kinds of really nice art options when they're not upside down. Just flip that over right there. You'll see, obviously, because it's for different things to take, half of them are upside down, and I'm so sorry. You'll see multiples of the same thing, because obviously as you work your way through it, other players that are playing with you get the same opportunities that you do. And last but not least, we have our glorious, just gonna move that over there, our glorious loot cards, because who doesn't want to get a little bit of loot when they're winning? So again, these are separated out and match up to our... Sorry, I'm separate. I've just realised there's a bunch of plot cards on top of here. That match up with the individuals we can meet on the street. So again, these are colour coordinated when I'm not too busy messing with them. Our cleric loot matches the cream that was around the character cards. Again, you get what it is, a description, what pile it's from, and then there's your colour-coded little seal as well. Your artisan is that wonderful blue again, so you see it from both sides. Obviously, it gives your description. And again, you've got what it is, what it does, and its description, and then they've got their blue seal. Our merchants, again with that beautiful green colour. Flip it over. A description, a name, a description, what deck it's from, and then our seal. So those are the ones that we can get loot from. Yes, it is. I'm just clearly being crazy here. So to go back over it, we get the street board. We get the Dark Deed cards and your plot cards, your street deck, your loot decks, your reference cards, your suspicion markers, your most suspicious minion coin, and your dice. Quality wise, I think that not only the literal quality of the cards and the board itself, the box also. So to show you the other half of the box, it comes here like this. This is the inside basically, because it's not just an empty cardboard box. You've got your two, I think I've given you them upside down. You've got your two sections for street and tavern, so you can separate them out. They do have little baggies that you can put things in, and there are extras for your cards. Which I will now be using now that I have made the ultimate of mess upon my desk here. So to work everything through, the quality of the box, the cards, the boards, the dice even, the tokens is really good. Not only in that they've taken opportunity to really consider the weight of card that they're printing on, but also that it's got a level of usability to it with your shuffling and everything like that, so you're not having the same game every time. They have also considered the artwork. I mean, we are not surprised at all with that. Rookery have never been one to take a cut corner, shall we say, when it comes to their artwork, and they have definitely not disappointed here. Going through these decks is super fun, even just to look at them. You know what I mean? Like, they're funny, they're engaging, they're detailed. You can actually take the opportunity to, like, you just open up before you play or after you've played to look at the cards, and there's so much details on so many levels. There's background things, there's little nuances here and there, and that's super fun. It's certainly for me, at any rate. The other thing is the game itself. Now, I can talk about this briefly because I have played it, and I have played it with the Rooks. So, our table that we attended of theirs at Tabletop was myself, our head games master Craig, and two people that we had never met who had just like us gone, hey, that looks amazing, I'd like a turn. Within not even a round, we had started having in jokes about the cards we were playing. We were trying to one-up each other. We were trying to, try and be sneaky and get some other people into the other player characters into bother and stuff. And it was super fun. We didn't know these people. We'll probably never see them ever again. But we had a really great time straight off the bat. And it was solely down to the absolute playability of this game. The way that it's been designed and executed just leads to really fun gameplay. What I can say as well is you could play this game multiple times over, even with the same people, and have different outcomes, different jokes, different dynamics going on, because of how flexible it is, even though in theory it looks quite simple. And so that is a game that I love. You're really getting value for your money at that point, when you're not going to play it like once or twice and then you know what's going to happen, and so you kind of you will if there's somebody new, but for all intents and purposes it's not a go-to. This game really allows you to kind of try and get better at it, but there's no guarantee you're going to get what you need, even though you think you know. And I love that. I love when a game can just sweep the carpet out from underneath you and it's fun. You're not feeling cheated by the system. We have had great fun with it. We are going to be bringing it to our urban table. and I just had to share it with you all. What I will do is I will stick a link down below where you can find where you can purchase Dark Deeds. I will also put a link into Rookery so that you guys can go and check them out and all the super cool stuff that they're doing, because there's so much going on there. And quite frankly, go and get it. Or if you're unsure, which is fair, come along to our box game night and try it out here, and then go and buy it because you'll want to play it at home and you can't have ours. It's mine. On that, thank you so much for joining me for today's unboxing, and I'll see you real soon.